Welcome to this Zentangle Quickie. My name is Heather Hartwick Gladden. I'm a certified Zentangle teacher. And today we're going to take a look at the tangle CO2 from CZT Antonine Koval. So in my at the time of this recording, it is January 2nd. And kind of have a bit of a theme in mind for these daily tangles. And so when I saw this one, I'm like, oh, how cute. I was thinking snowflakes. We've done a lot of snowflakey ones in the past, so I'm still looking for maybe new tangles that go with that theme. And I thought, well, it might be a stretch, but not too much. So this one is neat, and it's just a bunch of straight lines. And here's something interesting. So I'm just going to start, and we're going to do little short straight lines like this, but have them all angle in to an orb. This is why we don't use the word circle, because that implies too much pressure. Some of mine turned out to be ovals, some end up to be more circular, so you just go with it. And we want these to be short. And so here's what's interesting is in the step out, and you're just going to gather them around, put them wherever you want, kind of cluster them. That one turned out a little nicer. So what's interesting is in Antonine's step out has an arrow pointing in, I'll put one right here, in towards the center. So going from the out and in. And I thought, well, I don't like to do my lines that way. I generally would want to work from the inside out versus outside in, if that makes sense. And so as I was doing it my way, the lines were a bit too long, and from what I wanted, and I thought, well, you know what, let's just give this a try. And a lot of times I will do that anyway, because I just want to see if there's some secret sauce in the directions, because I'm always open, and I always like to have a plethora of ways to do something, and then also to share that plethora of ways, because we do all work differently. So I was surprised that it seemed to work better doing it that way. So coming from what would be the outside to the interior. I think reason being twofold. One is you can kind of control the length of your line. I think that's probably number one. What I didn't think would happen, and what I was concerned with, was, well, I wanted to control this interior shape and have it come out looking like a more circular orb than a squished ovally type orb. Even though it doesn't matter, that's what I was looking for. And I was surprised that I could still control that the shape. I could control it even better by doing it this way. It kind of blew my mind a bit. So you're just going to cluster them in however you want. And then at any point, just tap your pen, put some little dots, put some inside too. All up to you. And then just keep adding as you see fit. Do take a look at the For More Inspiration link, because Antonine has a really cute sample. And so in the sample, it's kind of acting like a fill-in, and then it has some of these escaping. So I'm gonna try to fill into this corner here. And you can also I haven't done any yet. You can use the hollow concept. So for instance, let's just start one here. Okay. And I had done this kind of by mistake in some cases, where I started the lines and I was like, well, like it wasn't the direction I was thinking I was wanting to take, and sometimes the pen just does what it wants to do. And I'm like, well, no, we'll just use the hollow. And you'll see in Antonine's sample, she does that as well. So just know that you have that resource, that effect at your disposal. And even though this is, it's all lines, you can still think using that technique and it will work. All right. We'll just put some, have a couple escaping out here. And see, I'm doing them the other way. And see how long that got? I just went into my habit. And, at the same time, it doesn't matter. This is Zentangle, right? It does not matter. It's all good. But I think to make it look like, if you think of, sparkling, CO2 from a beverage, that it could kind of look like little pops of little carbonation bubbles. And so that's where I'm thinking, it is just really, really neat. So if you enjoyed this, and I hope you did, and and honestly, I don't know if you'd want to shade this one. I suppose if you could, let's just put a couple here. Well, you could. This is kind of like how I do and I'm just using the graphite that's left on my tortillon and just kind of going around, whatever direction. So you could. Up to you. Completely up to you. Now that I've done them, I'm going to finish. So if you enjoyed this, would love to have you click like and feel free to leave comments and share this. If you liked it enough to see more, would love to have you be a subscriber to the channel. In the description section, I already mentioned links to the step outs. Below those are ways to connect with me if you wish. My website link is there, as well as a link to our private Tangle Addicts community. It's a group on Facebook. We have a lot of fun. We really, really do. A lot of great people on there. Great sharing. It's just wonderful. That's all I can say. You have to experience it. Also, if you are interested in classes, I do classes almost twice weekly. It just depends on the week. You'll see that on my website. Also, these lists, so this are calling Happy New Year Tangles, HNY Tangles. You'll see those lists on the menus on my website, as well as, the classes and other information. So would love to have you join in sometime. We have a lot of fun and do a lot of great tangling. I can't say that enough. All right, so with that, thanks so much for watching, and I wish you happy tangling.